Fancy intro music, yeah! Woo!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about how the game has maybe changed up planning for a lot of players, especially the newer players going into the 20s. And to show this, I was going to jump on my level 19 account on server 63 and come to find out everybody's at war. So shout out Star Trek, the alliance that I'm in, and good luck in fighting the rest of the top 5. Love a good war. Yay. Maybe we should start doing series on YouTube about great server wars and battles that have happened on your servers. And if you're interested in that idea, let me know in the comment section below. I do think it's a good idea, by the way, because we've talked before about potentially investigating, server politics. And we've even got places in our Discord channel where we've talked about this a little bit. And it's crazy to see how many similarities there are in 200 servers. It's just, wherever you go, we have players that are experiencing so many of the same things. And even like this, this is, and I don't have the full story. So for anybody from 63 that comes over here, well, you're on the wrong side or you're on the best side, I'm just here. But it is kind of crazy to see all the similarities that can happen across servers as different things happen. And with this server recently getting, 40 plus, they don't even have 50 plus yet. Crazy that we're going through that. And I've been using that word ad nauseum. So we're going to stop now and jump into what I'm talking about. And that is just how the game has changed so much. And we talked a lot, like if you're sitting at level 19 and this account is ready to go Ops 20. Yes, I did buy the extra researcher and the extra building, but not the third researcher yet. It is one of those situations where there's so much going on that before, as new content rolls out, if you're currently playing, you just go, oh, I will just go play the content and I will collect things as it comes. But if you're a newer player, what you're really running into is, okay, now there's so many options. What do I do? To where you're going through your ships menu, and this is what I would do, and this is what I've done even now. Like, hey, what ships do I need to actually go after? I mean, I never got the jellyfish. I never ended up getting the North Star. Then I've got like the Franklin, which need to be working on getting the Franklin right now. I haven't done that yet on this account. One of the reasons I haven't leveled up. Got to get the Botany Bay, those missions. Then we've got all these other ships. Do I get the Kira? Do I get the Vaklas? Do I get the Kumari? What about the Devore? When do I get that? What about the Discovery? I've got a Meridian, but I need to be able to actually, build it. And that's, level 25. So all these things that you're looking at and considering as you're going through, it's really changed how the game has kind of started. And even now where you're having to remember to, hey, go collect your Syndicate XP every day. Here's your reminder in video to go collect your Syndicate XP. And if you enjoyed the reminder, real quick, like the video because you needed the reminder. You forgot. I know you did. Don't worry about it. I did too. And as I look around trying to find some more traders for me to bust down, but even this, like here I'm at level 19, I'm doing my dual faction grind, and that has led me to work on officers a bit. And I think all my videos that I've made for camping, by the way, are stayed the same. My camping at level 14 video really hasn't changed. My camping at level 19 video hasn't changed. But in terms of looking ahead, the game continues to develop and add so much that what you might be, pushing for could have changed. And what I mean by that is, look here, I'm dual faction grinding Federation Klingon right now by hitting Romulans, but we all know that Tygo Course, is that great place to go for rep. And, a lot of people end up going Romulan and Federation because of that. But dual faction grinding is still a much recommended and needed tactic. I would be very remiss if I told anybody to not do that. And we go back to what I've been talking about before, how this opens up your opportunity to recruit more officers in early on, that you should be doing this at all times, pulling these recruit chests as much as you can to unlock these officers. See, we're on that process right now with mine. And here I am with the Klingons, going to do the same thing, continually pulling. But when it comes to what you're looking for long-term, got morale, nice. What you're looking for long-term is, how do I plan out the ships and officers that I want to do? So take a look at the officers that I currently have here. I'm going to sort them by group. You can see I'm still missing quite a few. One of the reasons I've not leveled up is I've not gotten some of these starter sets done. But keep in mind that this level 19 account I have gets very underutilized because I'm focusing on other accounts at the time. So a lot of you at level 19 should be past where I'm at. And I'm saying that if you look like my account right now, don't level up. You've got a long way to go to grind through some things. And check out my camping at level 19 video for information on that. You can just search it in the search bar. You see, I'm going through that process, but I still have unlocked some pretty important early things like, getting your first Borg officers, which can be big for PvP. Believe it or not, having this right here in 8 of 10 with the Fight the Collective, with cybernetic enhancements, increasing the attack of every officer big, because now you can start working on getting those officer bonuses for your ships that were kind of a struggle bus for a lot of players early on, as you really couldn't get to those high percentages. And when we look at the ships aspect of this, I don't know if I can hit another 25. I think I'll go boom with my Tala. But, oh, here's a 24. Here, let me do that real quick. Trying to complete these dailies while I'm here and doing our Crucible of War. As we look for the ships, I think it's important to really start getting an idea ahead of time. What should I focus on? And honestly, what it comes down to in the 20s is every specialty ship is now your special focus. You need to get your Franklin as soon as possible and grind that out. You need to get your Botany Bay and max that out as quickly as possible. Kira, Vocalist, Kumari, all these commons, legitimate arguments for skipping completely. Now, you can get the Vocalist, and it will help with swarm grinding better than the Franklin A early on. And the Kumari is obviously a better PvP ship and base cracker, but here's why I say you can skip both of them. Kumari is level 24. This is 22. You can run the Franklin, the Botany Bay for your normal everyday stuff, your mining, your Franklin for your swarms. If you want to have a PvP ship, pick up a Vocalist. Then you'll come down to, hey, Discovery, level 21. We got to start focusing on that. Then you got Meridian and the Vidar at level 25. Got to start focusing on that. Remember, Cosmic Cleanup on Saturdays is how we're focusing on getting these ship blueprints. Every time there's an arc, they're having Cosmic Cleanup on Saturday, and every Cosmic Cleanup on Saturday, you can use to get blueprints to ships that you can't normally get through things like missions and everything. And then you get to the Horizon. We're at a point 2 years ago where we talked about having 3 of these max to have your mining at all times. Honestly, 1 Horizon is all you need because, hey, Stella, now that's our focus. Sarcophagus, not a focus, but Amalgam, 31, focus. Franklin A, 35, focus. And then here, I really want to mention these real quick, the faction ships. At level 26, I get asked this a lot by new players. Do I recommend building these and using them as primary ships because of cloaking? And my answer is no. I do recommend building one of them, whether it's the D3 or the Legionary, for cloaking, but leave it at level 1, tier 1. And here's why. Because you don't have to actually level up to have that. So if you were to go through and pull out your cloaking daily, which I don't have because I don't have cloaking, obviously, but your cloaking daily, the first one, the one that you can easily afford to do every day, simply requires you to hit a hostile. Doesn't matter what level. It can be a level 1 hostile and you complete it. So when you're going through your ship saying, okay, how do I plan for the future? What ship should I go for? That's something that you can think about. Like if we're going to focus on this D3 right here, can we just get it at level 26, build it, and then buy the cloaking, but never level it up, ever. Well, until 34, because then you're going to scrap it. So what you're going to do is find that this takes so much crystal, and this takes so much crystal. And then if we go over to our survey ships, this takes so much crystal, and then this takes so much crystal. What you end up finding is when we go through the ships, there's an argument that, hey, while yes, this Saladin is the best of the group. And it is. I'm not saying it's not. Legitimate argument for skipping this and going for Centurion or Abortus. Legitimate argument. Because Horizon needs your crystal. Vidar needs your crystal. And honestly, the Vidar is more important than the Saladin. We go through this. Your faction ships, the faction miners need crystal because all 3 faction miners, Antares, Cavort, even the Valkyries need crystal. Saladin is the best as a combat ship. It's the best Armadas, the best hostile grinder, it's the best PvPer. Also sucks up all your crystal. And this is one of the biggest bottlenecks in the game for players is the early crystal wall that you find in the 20s. Yeah, you need ore for your buildings and everything, and you need gas for research and even ships. But crystal is what you run to the most because you need crystal for certain buildings, you need crystal for ships, you need crystal for research, and this is the biggest early grind in the game to the point where I'm literally going, it's the best ship, but is it the best for you? And the truth as a player, you have to really kind of consider, especially if you're a free to play, what's going to give me the best advantage as a player. And the best thing in the 20s are the specialty ships. Working on your cosmic cleanups, working on your missions to get the Vidar, to get the Franklin, the Discovery, to get the Botany Bay. And those are really all you're going to want to primarily use. At level 23, you start getting the Devore in your 30-day chest. And one of the reasons that I save 30-day chest on my lower level accounts is for that reason, because I want my photon tokens to go to actually getting a ship at level 23. You can see I've got one here ready to turn in, and then I've got another that I can do with a 7-day chest, which I could turn in when I go to 20. And that's what I'm focusing on, waiting for 23 there. So all of this are these different thoughts that we've had, because I've made a video saying, hey, skip the Vocalist. Then I made a video, skip the Kara. And now I'm making basically a video that says skip all uncommon ships and even some of the faction ships to the end, because of how the game is adding more. And that can be kind of confusing for newer players, but I'm also curious to see what all the other players who've been here a while think down below. The Saladin, never thought I would ever recommend maybe not needing it. But honestly, the Vidar as a PvP ship is extremely good. Is it Saladin level good? No, but it's extremely good. Cheaper to build in terms of uncommons, and more important for your long-term gameplay. And that's just one example. The Discovery is paramount for high-level players, and you would love to be able to work on getting that maxed out as much as you can as a lower-level player. You look at things like, and I talk about this tip all the time, look at the Botany Bay. I tell everybody that I can that if you're looking in your factions, you want to be maxing out your Botany Bay. And you see, I've not even done anything with my Augment faction yet, but you want to max out your Botany Bay so that you can pull through this faction. And this faction will let you pull rare officers, helping you expedite that process to get to transporter patterns. I'll tell you this, if you're listening to this video and you're a new player and you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say transporter patterns, let me do a quick screen swap like that. There we go. All right. Come on, man. Get in there. There. It was off screen, so I had to fix it real quick. All right, so if we come back over here, you look at my account, and then we want to recall these because they're OPC. But if you're not familiar with the transporter patterns and what those are, in the recruit tab, once you max out a rare or epic officer, you start getting transporter patterns for them. And that's where you can see I have right here. Like, I'm currently sitting on 21,500 because I spend them pretty regularly. But you get transporter patterns for every shard. Now keep in mind, I repeat this a lot and I feel like I have to every time, that it does not mean you need to actually max out like I have with Spock. See how I have a Spock that's maxed at tier 5 and level is maxed out? You don't have to do that. All you simply have to do is have a max amount of the shards, like I do with Kumak. Where's Kumak here? Here's sort by group, because I know Kumak is maxed, but I haven't upgraded. See Kumak, I get transporter patterns for. And let me go ahead and prove that to you by going and pulling some Romulans. Just make sure. We're going to pull 3,000. If I pull Kumak, you're going to see I'm going to get transporter patterns for him, even though I've not leveled him up to the max. Come on. Open up the box faster, Scopely. There's Vela. Comes Officer XP. And then there's Nero, which I'm still working on. So we'll just keep on. I'm going to show you for fracks, even if it takes us an extra 3 minutes in this video. So strategy-wise, that's what we're looking at, though. There's Livis turns into it, and there's Javad. So we're going to keep going. But we're talking about ships you should focus on, working through, making sure you're doing the officers that you're working on. And then also, like I said, the camping strategies that we've been talking about for a long time. Okay, come on. Give me the freaking box I need. This is Scopely, yo. This is the RNG of Scopely. The one time I needed them to show off Kumak. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Kumak, 150 transport shards, which means we pulled 2 Kumak shards and got 150 transporter patterns. So all of this to simply say, if you are a younger player, newer player on one of the newer servers, whether it's in the 70s, 60s, or even the 50s, think about these strategies as you're leveling up and how they can apply to you and how can they be effective for you. And that's something that if you do, will set yourself way ahead of your peers in the 20s, because believe it or not everybody watches these videos. If you enjoyed the video though, I encourage you to smash the like button, which we did encourage you to do kind of earlier on, but I guess if you want to do the same thing, there's a little what it looks like. Hit the subscribe button if you have not already. Ring the bell to get notified every time I go live and every time a video drops on this channel. And let me know on the Discord page what you would like a video of. Yeah, there's a whole channel for recommendations on videos. And I wanted to give a little bit more love to the younger players, the newer players. Once again, check out my camping at level 14 and level 19 videos. Gives you a great idea of how to prepare. And then this maybe just tweaking that strategy a little bit to help you be more ready for everything that's coming to you in the game. So live long and prosper. Stay safe for those Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. We'll catch you on the next one. We outie.
Fancy intro music, yeah! Woo!